Hey guys, Energy Shield here. Oh my, no, what the fuck have they done to Energy Shield? This is a very common reaction to the changes, and for those of you who don't want to read all the changes, I'm going to give you the cliff note. So, TGG felt the changes were needed because of the high values that CI builds could get, and that they were able to completely eliminate any challenge from the endgame content. And they do have sort of a point there, because CI builds made the very hardest encounters completely easy, and we sort of made fun of life builds and people playing life builds. So a change was definitely needed. I remember both the life builds I did this thing, my chat was basically, oh my god, this is on a life build. This looks bad. So definitely, I think most people agree that some sort of change was being needed. Obviously, I was in favor of life being buffed. But let's look at what happened. So the high end of Energy Shield has been reduced by 33%. You can see here a before and after picture of a 752 Regalia being scaled down to 559. Quite a severe nerf, and I'm guessing the top end Regalias is then going to be 700 to 750 instead of 980. On hybrid gear, they've increased the armor and evasion ratings to compensate on the modifiers being lower. Uniques are being nerfed as well. They give us an example of a Shavs, which as you can see before went up to 200%, and now will only go up to 150. They continue saying that Chaos Inoculation will also no longer have multiplier nodes on behind it. Elrion can also no longer craft the 5 to 20% increased energy shield and rings, and oh my god, GGG, stop, it's already dead! But no, Discipline now provides a lower value of energy shield, 33% lower at level 20, but also a 30% increased energy shield recharge rate. Now, if you're currently a sweaty monk ass holding onto something asking GGD to stop because it hurts, you can now calm down and rest. But wait, there's more! Volpact and Ghost Reaver are being reworked. Volpact is no longer going to affect energy shield in any way! I personally would be more in favor of removing instant leech completely because, as we'll look on later, life is getting a slight buff, and I think we'll just have life seeing the same issues as CI did where you can instantly leech back up to full. Ghost Reaver gets a multiplier to energy shield recharge rate to let players trade recharge rate for leech. Zealot's Oath is currently untouched, but it might get changed during the beta. There are some buffs as well. As you can see here, the flat increases to energy shield has been buffed. This should make it easier to make cheap gear for CI and like entry level CI stuff. They're also adding new hybrid prefixes, as you can see here, so you can get either flat life and flat energy shield, or flat life and armor and evasion rating. And this also works the same way energy shield modifiers currently work, meaning you can have flat life and hybrid life. So you can see here on the picture of the astral plate, you can get up to 154 flat life, and you can get strength on top of that, giving you around 180 flat life. There are some new suffix modifiers being added to rare body armors as well. Evasion can get additional dodge chance, armor can get additional physical damage, and energy shield can get additional energy shield recharge rate. So my thoughts on all of this, and as I mentioned earlier with all these reworks, I hope they get rid of Wallpipe altogether. In Ziggy's video, he mentioned that Rory said both Aziri's Acuity and Bloodseeker will not affect ES, so ES will not have access to any instant leech at all. But, as I said, with all the buffs to life, I think the same problem will just happen there. I personally think that low life will be completely unplayable in the beta on hardcore, because it's going to have so low values, and like, it's obviously not just uniques getting nerfed, it's also shields, helmets, rings, which you kind of rely on, and low life was already pretty like scary to play on hardcore, because you would only get like with bad gear 5 to 6k, and then with good gear up to like 8 to 10. That's obviously going to be a lot lower now with bad gear. You don't want to play with bad gear. So as I said, I think that will be completely unplayable in the beta for hardcore. I think, however, it'll get buffed. So hopefully low life will be viable on hardcore in 3.0 with the launch of Oriath. I'm also very worried about this multi-prong nerf. It's however a good thing that they're doing it during a beta. Removing both instant leech and giving a massive nerf to the ES values might limit build choices severely. There'll definitely still be a lot of great builds you can play, and it'll be interesting to see how the changes work out. Ziggy mentions that he knows that both Volatile and Reflect is being reworked, which is a huge problem that I've had with life. That obviously a Volatile can instantly detonate on your face with Devour teleporting on top of you, or reflect and just being off screen or off screening something and instant dying is obviously not a fun way to die. So both of them being reworked, very interesting. Looking forward to see what they're going to do there, and that's going to start opening more build opportunities. It's definitely going to shake up the game and change things, and it'll be very interesting to play the beta with all the different builds being played. To sum up my thoughts, I'm excited about the changes, and while I think they might be a bit severe, it's important to remember that these changes are not final. And if everything is awful, nobody plays Energy Shield anymore, then it's most likely going to be buffed in some way. I would not be surprised to see an increase in values again because the instant leech nerf is already quite severe. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts on the CI rebalancing. Try not to panic so much. It's a beta. We'll see how it works out. We'll give them feedback and we'll end up with a happy medium somewhere. And guys, try to die less than I do.